Hello guys, my name is Daniel and I'll be playing today a game called Scrap Mechanic. I'll be showing you the basics of this game and have fun also. This game is basically about building your ideas and building different mechanics. First I'll introduce you to the tools of the game. The first tool is the lift. This item, you can control it by pushing the up and down arrow keys in your keyboard. It will push blocks up and down. Let me put a few blocks in here, and you'll see that the lift is pushing them up and down. It can also push players up and down. We have the hammer tool. This is a tool basically when you have blocks lying around that you don't need, you can smack them and they will fly away. You have also the connector tool, but I'll show you later. We have the paint tool. This tool is brand new in the game and it is used for coloring blocks. You can choose your color by pressing Q, then pressing the color, and here you go. Now you chose the color. If you want to reset the color to the original color of the block, you can right click and it will reset. And the final item, what is pretty important for the starters of the game, is the mechanics handbook. Here you have all sorts of controls, items, and tutorials how to make stuff. I'll get into the book a little bit later. So first I'll be showing you how to build a basic car. You'll need a lift, a controller, you'll need a lift, a connector tool. If you want, you can use the paint tool, and you'll need some blocks. I'll use wood. Then, if you want your build to be symmetrical, you can use the driver's saddle. But if you want it to be unsymmetrical, you can use the driver's seat, what I'll use right now. And you need a gas engine. You can use different wheels. Big wheels, what are 5x5 large or 3x3 large. I right now use a small wheel, what is 3x3 blocks. First you need to place down the lift, and you see this block is the arrows are pointing left, up, down, and right, and it will go always this way. But if you press Q, it will go now that you can place them also back and forward. But right now we need a flat, so press Q again and you'll be able to build it flat. Then if you want the lift to be on the center of the thing, you need to break the lift by pressing right click and press your creation with the lift. Now, right now my creation is unsymmetrical, so I'll add one more layer of blocks. First on, when we build a car, we need to have the bearings. This thing will allow us to rotate blocks and wheels. These are very important in the game. Then you need to take out your wheels and put them on the bearings. Don't put them on the wood because they will not rotate. You need to put them on the bearings. Then you need to have the driver's seat. You can rotate it by pressing Q again. And one basic gas engine. Then with the connector tool, you can see these like dots appearing everywhere. these are the connections. So we want the that when we get in the cockpit or the driver's seat, so we can control the car. So we need the engine to be connected, because if we're not connected, then the wheel will rotate when it wants and we will not be able to control it. So first we need to connect it to the driver's seat, then we'll need to connect the wheels to the engine. You need to always be sure that all of the bearings are rotating in from the to the right and down. So you're gonna make sure that all of them are rotating that way. Now if you break it, you will already have the basic vehicle. If you want, you can punch it with your hammer, but it won't do a lot of things. So now if you want it to be able to move, you have to put the engine power a bit higher. I'll put it about here. Now if you get in, you'll hear the engine working, and if you press W and S, you'll see that you are moving. Right now I cannot rotate my car left or right, and to do that I'll need to place it on the lift again and pull it up. The front wheels need to be placed also on bearings to be rotated. I'll make the car to look a bit other, because if you want it to rotate, you need to have the bearings all down. Now you can see that those two are we have two blue ones that are not connected to anything. You have to connect them to the cockpit or the driver's seat. Now you can also place bearings on the sides of the blocks and the wheels after them. You have to connect the wheels all over again to the engine. Okay, now if we get in, we'll hear the sound again, but if you can see that the wheels are rotating now. So I did it not very carefully, and I forgot to change the rotation of the wheels, and now again I messed up. So now it will work, and we can now change rotate our car left and right. If you see that you're pressing A, but your car is going in the right direction, you can do this, and now when you press A, you'll go in the left direction. So now we have a basic car. In your car, you can also have the things called suspensions. There is a sport suspension that is 2 blocks high, and the off-road one that is 3 blocks high. Right now I don't want my car to be very high, so I'll use the sport one. Sorry guys, but I'll have to remove the wheels again. So not all of them. I'll leave this part alone because it's connected already. Now you can see that we need to put all the suspensions on the blocks and put blocks on the suspensions then. Now we can put the bearings again and connect and put the wheels after that. Now you can see that the suspensions make so the car is more jumpy, and it's like a Jeep, or how do you want to call it. So now we have a sport suspension car. You can see that these suspensions work, but my car was too high and I flipped over. So this will be it for my first tutorial video. Must have there. This was Daniel. See you in the next video. Bye.